Yo. Man. I am so excited to be back. It's been way too long, but for good reason. But here we are. Welcome everybody to Whiskey and We Season 2. So, yeah, it's been a good minute. I mean, we already coming into April, and I want to say I've been off the grid. The show's been off the grid for a good 5 months now. Definitely since last year. But I definitely want to give a big thanks to those who continue to listen to the show. The numbers were still charting. They were still rising. So I appreciate so much of the love and support. I appreciate a lot of listeners reaching out, anticipating when the show will come back, hoping and waiting. So here we are. You know, I wanted to make sure I come in and bring forth that good content and that good entertainment for you listeners. So it took some time. I had to put some thought. I had to put a lot of energy into it, but I wanted to make sure it was good, especially for the people that love and support the show. But we are back, season 2. So I guess before we jump into the chaos of things, I hope everybody has had a great year so far. You know, we're, like I said, we're already in April. Weather looks like it's about to turn up, so it's gonna be a good summer. It's gonna be a good summer nonetheless, and I enjoy the month of April. I feel like that's when we can kind of get a hint and a peek of our best weather. But yeah, my year has been great so far. Big accomplishments, making all these goals for myself, just trying to tackle my, most important things in life one step at a time. But to everyone else, I hope that this has been a good accomplishment for a lot of people so far into the year, and I hope that it continues to get better. I hope the blessings continue to come in for everybody, and for those that are having rough times right now, definitely keep your head up, because what you think you attract. And for those who know me, know that I'm a strong believer in it. So yeah, keep that good energy going. And that's hopefully what I'm willing to bring to this show. And I hope that I'm able to reach out to people that could be going through times of down and feeling in a negative place of mind. I'm hoping that I'm able to reach them in a certain way and help them, being a person that was once in that situation. So I don't want to ramble on too much, but for the show content, we're going to go with the same format as I did in season 1, a few tweaks. We're still going to have certain segments, and then I'm going to tweak, and I've added 1 or 2 different segments that I'll further explain once we get there. But like I said, I am ready. I am happy. So it just feels so good to be back, and it feels so good to be on this platform again, behind this mic, where I can kind of just vent and let you guys know my opinion on things, and hope to get your opinion on things as well. So before we jump into our segments, I do want to make a few announcements. The premiere show, yes, is on a Thursday, but going forward, the episodes will go back to being uploaded on a Friday. I think I kind of fucked up, so that was my bad. I accidentally said Thursday, but I was like, you know what, it is what it is. So I'm gonna upload the premiere episode, being this episode, on Thursday, but the episodes after will go back to our regular Friday, upload and everything. So just to give you guys a heads up. Social media, as I mentioned in the last season, the plugins and everything. Follow Whiskey and We. I'm on Instagram, and I'm also on Twitter. And as for streaming purposes, obviously outside of iTunes that you're listening to, we have Podbean, the website where you can stream the episodes. I also have Spotify, and then there's a few Android apps. Don't ask me what they are. I just know I have a few friends that do check out the show on whatever Android app that can upload and stream podcasts. So just take these breadcrumbs and, I don't know, go from there. But I'm a Mac user, I'm an iPhone user, so no shade. I'm also on YouTube as well. Now, it's not a video, even though I have been motivated to start doing some video blogs and some video episodes, one step at a time though. I'm trying to get this podcast alone up in there, but you can check out the episodes via audio on YouTube. So they're definitely on there. Search Whiskey and We, and you should be able to find the channel. So yeah, with all that, let's jump into our first episode. So for What's the Whiskey Friend? Now, when I was pulling content for this episode, I realized that what I wanted to start doing forward as best as I could, compared to the first season, is I wanted to bring more thought-provoking, debatable conversation topics to the platform, to the mic. So I try to put a lot of time and energy into the topics that I want to talk about and the content that I'm going to present. With the content for this episode, based off of what's been going on, it's pretty much going to be like an overall gay episode. But I think it'll be a great debatable episode for people that are listening, to get their minds going, to get them thinking, and to kind of express their opinion. That's really my outcome when it comes to this episode, when it comes to this show. So first things first, though, I hope everyone had a good weekend. I went to see the movie Us, and I thought it was great. I know there was a mix of feedback from different parties. Some people loved it. Some people were confused. But I feel that's the magic in Jordan Peele's, in his mindset and how he presents these movies. I thought Get Out was better than Us, but I did thoroughly enjoy Us. Everybody has a different opinion on it. If you ask me what my opinion was when I first saw it, based off of the holding hands and the double gangers, I felt when Red was describing also, if you guys haven't seen it, spoiler alert, so I don't want to ruin too much of the movie, but I mean, it's been some time at this point. You should have seen the movie by now. So when Red was talking to Lupita's, I can't remember her, I think her name was Adelaide. I don't know, Adeline. When she was talking to her, I remember her expressing how the people on the land take a lot of things for granted, and how the campaign in the beginning and them holding hands across the nation, across the world, show, to me, walking away from it, I felt at first that Red and the double gangers were people outside of the country looking in, and how we as a nation, the United States particularly, how we present ourselves as this land of the free and home of the brave, and we are united, when in reality we're so greedy, we're so envious, and we're so isolated based off of gender, based off of sex and race and sexuality. So I felt that, I read it as, we're showing other countries, we've always shown other countries that we are this land of the free. This is the place that you want to be at. This is the place that people migrate to. But in reality, we take a lot of things for granted, and we're just very greedy Americans that aren't grateful for how much freedom we do have. That's what I took from it. There are different outlooks on it. I know I could see the outlook on it being us against ourselves, obviously, with the double gangers. But for people that didn't understand, I guess they couldn't get the hidden message, even without there being a hidden message, I thought the movie was great. I thought it was a good story, very thriller. Wasn't as scary to me as Get Out was. But I thought it was a great thriller, suspense. I was on the edge of my seat, and they wasted no time in killing those white people. I'm sorry. I love you, my white friends, but they wasted no time killing them in the script. And it was good to just see a full black cast. Winston Duke, Lupita, the kids, they all did amazing acting. And for them to survive to the end, I mean, the end was just the kicker. That was the shock. I thought that was good. I kind of connected the dots a little beforehand based off of the hidden messages and the flashbacks, and when Lupita was describing her experience with the shadow and everything, I kind of started connecting the dots. And then when she started making like those weird ass noises, then I really started connecting the dots. But, questions popped up during the movie, like how come Red was the only one that could speak and everything. So overall, I thought it was a great movie. I want to go and see it again. I've only seen it once, but I would love to go and see it again because I feel like those are the movies that you have to watch several times and you catch something each and every time. So if you guys have not seen that movie, definitely go and support it. Like, at the end of the day, that's the least you could do is just support it. But it is a great movie, and I think you'll be entertained, especially if you liked Jordan Peele's movie, Get Out. Like, you would definitely love this movie, and I hope he continues to give us these films with leading black actors. And I even read that he would not consider hiring a leading white actor or actress, but I'm all a supporter of this and I love it. So yes, 5 stars across the board for me. You guys should definitely check it out. So moving on, I'm sure everyone else has heard. I definitely want to speak on this. I didn't anticipate it, but just a sad story nonetheless with Nipsey Hussle. It's just really devastating because it's like, I mean, my heart stopped when I saw it for the first time on social media. My heart did stop. I just couldn't believe it. And I'm not the biggest Nipsey Hussle fan, but I do know that he gave a lot back to his community, and he spoke, realness and authenticity in his music with his gang life and his struggles. So I could see why he was such an inspiration and a motivation to a lot of black people in the black community. So to hear of his passing was just I felt it, and I feel so sad for Lauren and the family. And I know he was doing a documentary. I know there's a lot of different views on that. A lot of people are saying because of a conspiracy theory with him doing a documentary, and just a lot of other people are looking at it like it's just black on black crime. It's something that just happened. So I'm not giving it too much thought, other than the fact that the man has passed, leaving behind a legacy, I would say. Some may agree, some may not, but I think that he was definitely a respected black king in the community. And although Nipsey Hussle does have, with his problematic comment back in the day, I can't remember when, but it wasn't too long ago when he posted the picture of the black men and kids and kind of put in his caption, just black men, no homo, and this and that. That's an ignorant mind state. That's an ignorant mind state to have. And I don't agree with that at all. And when I saw that, I just shook my head at someone like him, because this is something that we continue as black gay men, we continue to deal with within our own race community. So aside from that, though, I'm not going to sit here and lack human sympathy and empathy despite what he said and where his mindset was, because the man is now passed. So I've seen some posts where people have brought that back up and they still harbor some kind of ill feelings, and I can respect that. But as for me, I'm not going to sit here and turn the other cheek, because at the end of the day, we have to be humans. And the man got shot. The man is killed. He's leaving behind a family. So rest in peace to this man. We don't have to justify a reason not to feel bad. It should be in our human nature. It should be in our DNA and our emotions to sympathize with someone losing their life and them leaving behind a family and a woman and a child. Like, it's just I'm not thinking about, oh well, let's pull up the receipts of what this person did to this and that. Like, I mean, death doesn't compare to like that. It's just something that it's a sad situation. So why are we going to try to paint this man as this figure some things just problematic, some things are very controversial, but at the end of the day, like I said, the man has passed away, and the least we can do is just show some kind of respect as a mature human being, I feel. But other people have their reasoning, and to each his own. That's how they feel. I'm just saying my piece on that. So rest in peace. And I pray for the family, and I just hope that they are able to overcome this such at this time. And yeah, it's sad news. It's definitely sad news, and I just need our people to stop causing chaos, because I saw that shit and all I could do was shake my head. Come on, stop causing chaos. Like, why am I seeing on the news that chaos is erupting, people getting hurt at his gathering? Like, we got to do better. Let's try to take this moment to come together and just lift one another up. So let's do better on that matter. But yeah, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. Unfortunate news. I wish I didn't have to talk about it, but out of respect and sympathy, of course I had to mention it. So we're going to move on, since I kind of dipped and dabbed into the topic of being gay, being black. Like I told you guys, it's going to be kind of a gay episode, but I've been talking about these topics and conversations all year, and I have been waiting to bring it to the show to get other people's opinions and views on it. So what we're going to jump into, I want to jump into a story that I came across not too long ago, and it is, so we have retired long distance runner Paula Radcliffe. She appeared on BBC Radio 5 Live, where she voiced her concern regarding male to female transgender athletes in elite sports. So she goes on this show, and I guess they're talking about it, blah, blah, blah. I don't know who brought it up. Maybe it was her own opinion or whatever. But her response to this was, there are absolutely probably hundreds of transgenders who want to take part in sport for all the other benefits that it brings. And all we're saying is that's fine, but not elite sport. Because elite sport, that female section of elite sport, has to be protected so that females can genuinely reach the top of it. So I gave like an eyebrow up as I'm reading this article, and just like a as I'm getting her point of view and I'm listening to what she's saying. She compares intersex athletes who were born with anatomical or chromosomal, make sure I said that right, I don't want to fuck up the words, irregularities. So she compares intersex athletes to transgender athletes, saying intersex, they haven't chose to make that change, which is what is happening in transgender, because they should be in a male sport. And if they have chosen to transition, then they're asking to compete in female sport. And I think that is much more clear cut and easier rule to rule on. So obviously this chick doesn't agree with male to female transgenders competing in female sports. She got some backlash on Twitter. One message from a follower included, the very idea that we must protect cis women or female sport from trans women who are legally female too is an irrational fear of trans women, which is the dictionary definition of transphobia. So, I mean, it's a really good story, and I've had plenty of conversations with friends and colleagues about this, because I just think the story itself is so interesting on so many levels. So back in 1996, the Summer Olympics, we also had a statement given by a Anna Paula Hinkle. She was a volleyball player who won the bronze medal. And she penned an open letter, a long letter. I won't go over the entire letter, but just some important sections of it. So she says, is it fair to simply pretend away these undeniable biological differences in the name of a political ideology which will serve to restrict a space so hard won by women who struggled for it for so many centuries? I know it's a lot to digest. She goes on, how to accept biological men in fighting competitions. hitting women and then gaining acclaim, medals and money for it? Have we all gone so crazy as to permit such degradation? So she also mentions several psychologists have already attested that this IOC parameter does not revert the effects of the male hormone in the decades-long already finalized development of bone, tissue, organs, and muscle. Transsexuals' inclusion in society needs to be accepted, but this rushed and heedless decision to include biological men, born and built with testosterone, with their height, their strength, and aerobic capacity of men, is beyond the sphere of tolerance. It represses, embarrasses, humiliates, and excludes women. All right. So, when it comes to, I guess, this topic, I felt that I can understand the technicalities. I can understand the argument on how it can be a little challenging if sciences that they're speaking is true when it comes to just the build of a man versus a woman. But I won't excuse the fact of how ignorant this, let me go back and look up her name because I want to make sure I pronounce it right, this Paula Radcliffe, how ignorant she sounds. Now, the last thing I read wasn't Paula. The last few things I read, that was from the 1996 Anna Paula Hinkle, which she brought a little bit more of an understanding to it. But this Paula Radcliffe, she sounds straight stupid and dumb. So it just goes to show how much knowledge is still to be learned when it comes to the LGBT community and the things that we go through on a daily basis. I can understand. I can definitely get it. It could possibly be, it could be debatable on should a male to female and vice versa compete in a woman's elite sport. I'm torn. I strongly feel they are legally women. They want to be identified as women. They are women. So I give 100% of the respect to that. I understand where Anna is debating. So I want to hear from the listeners. What do you think? Do you think it's okay for, let's stick with this topic, male to female competing in elite sports with other females? Is it something that is being overanalyzed? Is it something that raises good question? Should there be a certain category? Should there be a certain category for athletes who are male to female or female to male? But there's no reason why a special category should be made for people just living their truth at the same time. See, it goes in many different ways of trying to understand it and trying to come up with a decent response, which there may not be. There may not be a decent response. Like I said, I don't think Radcliffe's response was good at all. I just thought she was a dumb bitch. I mean, excuse my language, and no disrespect to females, but how she's making it sound is just so ignorant and distasteful. I was like, damn, like you're just making it sound like that stigma on how women view male to female, like transphobia, like the way you're making it come off sounds mad dumb and mad scary. Like you're so insecure in your own sexuality that you feel threatened by a male to female transgender. But yeah, it's out there. Like, I want to know what you guys think, because when I was having this talk, I couldn't give a straight answer. I couldn't give a strong opinion on it because I really do see it from many different channels, from many different ends. So this is the kind of content I want to bring to the show, because I want to not only express my opinion, but I want to hear what other people think, because there's necessarily no one right answer, but there's many strong views from transgender people themselves who live this life every day, from other people in the LGBT community to straight people. So I definitely want to hear, as long as we can keep it respectful, as long as we can keep it educational, I'm down for it. But yeah, shit like this from this Paula, I'm like, you can go fuck yourself, because you just feel some type of way that is non-accepting of transgender athletes entering. And it's bad enough, like, they already have to deal with things such as trying to get into the army or trying to even maintain a job. So here you come with your dumb ass opening your mouth, spreading some ignorant shit that's gonna inspire some other dumbasses to feel the same way, because that's the country we live in. Unfortunately, hate to say it, but we got a lot of people that just want to be told what to do and how to think and who to follow, and they do it. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think. So definitely shoot me a message, DM me. You can email me, whiskeyandwe@gmail. Any kind of way to reach out. I want to hear how you guys feel and what your opinions are on this, because I definitely want to get a debate going and creative thinking and open-mindedness happening. So let me know. What we got next? Got some more gay stuff. So we have, okay. So, man, and I don't even enjoy talking about this guy, because I think he's just ultimately just ignorant and screwed up in the head. But speaking of transgender, we have 50 Cent. So not too long ago, I was coming across some information on social media. 50 Cent's always trolling someone, always being disrespectful to women, and saying however he feels with no filter. I just feel that he's someone who, I don't know, is going through it or just has to seek attention. I don't know where this shit comes from, but all I know is that I don't approve of it. So with that being said, I came across some information not too long ago, a post of him. I guess he's been having it out with Young Buck. Is it Young Buck? Let me make sure, because I was almost about to say, yeah, I was about to say Young Berg. Young Buck. And I guess they've been having some beef for some time. I don't know. I don't really follow beefs like that, and I don't really care to get into beefs like that. So, but this post in particular, I guess 50 put some of his business out on Instagram or wherever, and he calls Young Buck out for having a relationship with a tranny and insinuating that you're gay. That's a boy. And he puts boy, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. So he goes on to say, it's cool, Buck. You're going to be big down at the gay bars. Give me a call. So, oh man, it's just such a fuck nigga. I swear. Why can't people just not be ignorant and not be stupid and say dumb shit like that? Like, especially like me just saying how people are such the followers, how they just absorb information and they believe whatever's being told to them. Just seeing this post, I already have my personal opinion on it, so I will let you guys once again express your personal opinion by reaching out to me and opening a debate. But I was infuriated a little bit, like not even a little bit, a lot. I was infuriated when I saw this. I just thought, we have people with these platforms, and this is the shit that comes out of their mouths. And sometimes I just don't understand the world, and I wish that I could fucking go to another planet sometimes, or I could breathe underwater and just disappear, because this shit right here is just like, oh, what a fucking disgrace. Like, so my question to my listeners, my thought-provoking question, my sit and meditate in the corner, you think about this before you open your mouth question is, if a straight guy is dating a tranny, is in a relationship with a tranny, does that make him gay? This is another intense discussion I was having, and I can just give you my opinion on that. I feel like I'm strong in my opinion. I don't think it makes you gay. I think that people focus so much on the genetics of things, and the fact that this person was at one point a man, but now identifies as a woman. I think people focus so much on the genetics, the gender, but they don't look at the psychology of it And it kind of makes you think, do people even know the technical definition of gay, of homosexuality? So my opinion, and I've had this discussion, like I said, with friends, and what I've expressed is that I don't think it makes you gay. I think if this is the way I look at it, if this is a straight man who identifies himself as straight, and he is in a relationship with a transgender who identifies themselves as female, they look like a female, they have female tendencies. He's attracted to the transgender, to a transgender. She represents female. She is a woman. I feel that the term gay to me is when a male is sexually attracted to another male, to another aura of masculinity or feminine, but they carry themselves, they identify as male. So in my head, I'm just scratching the back of my head like, wait, how do people not realize it? Like, I thought everybody kind of understood, okay, homosexuality means that you like another man. But if Young Buck was in a relationship with the tranny and 50 calling him gay, I don't agree with that. And then you're disrespecting, you're going to further disrespect whoever the transgender is by saying that's a boy. I just, man, like, it's just situations like this. I'm like, damn, why do these people have a mouthpiece? Why do these people have a platform to speak on? Because what you're doing is you're further increasing that sort of view on transgender people. And this is what causes the increase in murders and the increase in hate on this part of the community, because of your dumb ass opening your mouth saying some stupid shit like that. Like, why would you say something like that? Come on. I disagree with that 100%. I want to know how you guys feel. Let me know how you feel. If we need to educate someone, if you need to educate me, let me know. I'm all open for it. Yeah, I just think that this was uncalled for, and it just shows this type of person's like state of mind and how unhealthy and how toxic it can be on how you view women, how you're on the internet calling women bitch and this and that, and you think you're funny with you get the strap and all this and that, and you can talk about how much money you have, but that mental, that what's going on in that head is priceless. And right now that shit is just toxic. That shit is just in decay with how you think. And this is the message that you're kind of spreading, and this is the message that you're putting on the internet for other people to see so they can ride your bandwagon and jump on your dick and all of a sudden have this ignited hate against transgender people, against gay people. So to do some shit like that, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not with that shit. And I won't support this man. I mean, I wasn't supporting his ass anyway, but don't play a 50 song around me. Don't ask me if he on my playlist. Don't ask me if I seen his movies, because we got to start standing behind what we're rallying against on how they treat us. Like Chick-fil-A, for example, the donations and everything, and people saying, well, their food is good. And these are gay people at that. Like, it starts with us. So you have to stay true in what you believe in, because you allow them to disrespect you and you continue to give them your money. I mean, you'll let anyone disrespect you at that point. Like, you have no respect for yourself, and this is just how I feel. So shit, take it or leave it. But I'm gonna pull some cords on this new season, and I want to start expressing how I feel on things, and I ain't trying to sugarcoat shit. So that's just, I don't fucks with that, and I don't fuck with that disrespect. So 50 can keep that shit far, far away, but I just wish that he didn't have the platform he had to be spreading just so much hate like he was doing. So I want to know how you guys feel. Once again, do you think if a straight person is in a relationship with a transgender person, are they considered gay? Like I told you, I don't think so. I think it's more than gender. It's more than who you used to be. It's who you are now, who you identify as, and what I'm attracted to. If I'm attracted to a person who identifies himself as a woman and I am attracted to the woman features and I consider myself a straight man, then I'm straight. It ain't, I mean, point blank. I don't see the problem with it, but let me know what you guys think. So hit me up and give me all kinds of feedback. So what we gonna do? Because I felt like I was just talking a fucking mile a minute. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we gonna jump into our keeping it real segment. All right, and we are back. So I had to take a quick break, and let me tell you, I'm recording this season in my new office space. Yeah, I kind of stepped up a little bit, but the devil is playing with me because they doing something with the fucking fire alarm, and that shit's going off periodically, like every 15 minutes, and it's loud as hell. So if it happens to go off, you guys might catch that because I think I did like at least 2 takes of the intro just trying to get it without the sound. So, fingers crossed, but the devil ain't gonna hold me down. He ain't gonna hold me down. So, we got keeping it real, but I do want to kind of piggyback off of the last topic before the break, and I do want to apologize because I think I was so caught up in the story and reading off of kind of piggybacking off of what 50 had said in the caption. I do apologize for actually using the word tranny because to my knowledge it's not the most likable word, and I want to bring as much respect to like the term because I can if it's equivalent to something as like faggot or nigga or something, like I understand completely. So I do remember being informed that it's not the most favored word, and I did kind of catch myself using it once or twice, so I do want to apologize. So now we got keeping it real. Yeah, man, keeping it real is gonna be kind of good. I'm telling you, this first episode, I'm busting down fucking doors, and I'm starting it off within my community on the topics that I have witnessed, I have seen, I've come across and argued and debated over all this time, like of me taking a break. And this is why I just couldn't wait to get this first episode in because I just couldn't hold it in. I'm just ready to talk about it and I'm ready to get it going. So for keeping it real, we gonna continue within the gay community. We're gonna continue within the LGBT community. This one, I'm a little boggled by this whole situation. So my question is to my listeners, is it possible to pray the gay away? Is it possible? And when you first hear it, it's kind of like, psh, like dumbass. No, like, you know what it is. You know how it goes. Why do I even have to ask this question? So I asked this question because I've come across a few stories recently, and I would say last year too, and I've seen it on 3 different occasions, and I think the third one is really just kind of flipped my fucking head to where once again I'm like, what the fuck is going on with the world right now? Like, what is really happening? Because I'm completely confused on what they putting in the milk, what they putting in the water, and what people are being informed and read, and how people are learning and being educated. So I come across like just some recent realizations from individuals in the world, and I'm not going to call anyone out, but this is definitely a topic that I'm just like, no, I don't. Another topic I kind of don't fuck with, and it kind of irritates me. So we have certain individuals that are out here that are coming to Jesus moment, all of a sudden finding their faith, which is great. I'm all about like faith drives us. Faith is what keeps us going, and faith is what keeps the hope alive, like keeps us from giving up. So I'm all about finding your faith. I'm all about finding your faith in Jesus Christ. I'm all about that. Like, everybody has their own way of being spiritual. They have their own outlook. Everybody has their own view of their higher power. What I'm not okay with, though, what I'm absolutely not fucking okay with is being a person of homosexuality and promoting that you have been saved by Jesus, which has now inspired you, pushed you into leaving the LGBT community? So this is actually something that is going on. This is something that I have seen. And like I said, I'm completely mindfucked. Like I'm really trying to understand the level mindset of how a person believes in their head that this is okay. So yeah, you got individuals that will post before pictures of when they, I guess, were gay, and then after pictures of them, I don't know, wearing a fucking suit and tie, like as if that makes a fucking difference, like for real. Then I followed the breadcrumbs, and it led me to a bigger outlook on other individuals that are taking it like, on the road, doing their thing. They have their faith. And I'm not saying that you're necessarily pushing your faith on other people to believe this, but your promotion of it is highly toxic for the gay community, for the LGBT community, because these individuals are going around and like celebrating that they left the LGBT community. And this could mean many different things. I don't know. Maybe they left the nightlife of it. Maybe it's just going out, and maybe the scene just wasn't for them, because I've kind of pulled myself back from the scene. But I'm not going to take away from the fact ever that I am a gay man. Like, I mean, it is what it is. The fact that you got these individuals going on the road, being speakers, once again, people that have a platform, and yet they're speaking such toxic into the world. I think it's toxic. I don't think it's a form of fate. It can be a form of fate, but it definitely doesn't represent love. And for you to go on stage and talk about how Jesus, you have been saved by your Savior, Lord and Christ, and it has taken you out of the gay community, and you encourage other people to devote themselves to Jesus in order to be saved, because this lifestyle is not the right lifestyle. It's a sin and all that. Get the man. Like, I'm trying to be nice with this one, but I'm so pissed off with that. You are so selfish. How dare you go and try to promote being saved, to get out of the sin, which is being gay? How dare you go on the platform and do that? Because it's a selfish act. You're talking about, like, you love everyone. You don't love shit. You love yourself, because what you're doing is you're increasing that stigma to those ignorant motherfuckers to think that you can pray the gay away, that it is a choice. Shit like that. And we got some, like I said, we got some dumb people in this nation that will believe anything and that will follow anything. And yet we got some fucked up individuals like this that's going to go and dare go against what they were born as, like, and to manipulate it as a choice and be like, I'm the proof, to get these people thinking, well, look, it happened to so and so and so and so, so it is a choice, just like we thought. What a ignorant fucking backstabbing behavior thing to do. And like I said, you can follow your own faith, you can devote yourself to Christ, but your message is still wrong. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with what you're delivering and what you're preaching. And I just think it's sad. And I think it's maybe a battle with internal acceptance. I don't know. It could be insecurity. It could be fear. I don't know what it could be. But all I know is that it's just not right. And it puts a lot of people in the LGBT community at risk and in danger because of what you're preaching to these people. And I just really think it's fucked up. And there could be more to it, because I don't really know these individuals, but what they're promoting, I could definitely say is no. Like, I'm not with it. It ain't cool. And it's just, and I could see that it angered a lot of people, because when I tell you, a lot of people bounce back to that. But all jokes aside, it's a serious matter that puts us in danger when you have people like this going around promoting that. Now, I mean, everybody has their own view of religion. Everybody has their own view of spirituality. I mean, I'm not necessarily a religious person. I'm more spiritual. And my view of God, my view of the higher power is solely based on consciousness. I think I probably mentioned this in the first season, and based off of love. And I strongly feel that no matter what decision you make about your life, as long as it's with good intent and it expresses love and you love thy neighbor, like you just express love to other people, you don't show envy, you don't show hate, you're loved by God no matter what, because he is love. And that's all that he wants. He wants love to be spread and to be given and to be received. People with all this judgment, well, God don't like this, God don't like that. Well, I think everybody's so focused when it comes to these religions and views on what God doesn't like. But like, I mean, are you for real right now? Like all this judgment, you think God likes that? You think that you got the hot seat in God's, the ride up to heaven because of you devoting yourself, but then you're expressing this, you're teaching this, these are your teachings. I don't agree with that. And I don't know how a lot of people may take how I'm feeling about this. I think it's fucked up and I don't like that. I like, it really was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, why would you think that this is okay to do? I think that we need to express more love instead of telling people what they need to do, what not to do. And I definitely don't think you should be preaching how you were saved from the gay community and now you're no longer a part of that. So what are you, straight? Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they identified themselves or whatever, or maybe, like I said, they just left the lifestyle, but you're gay, nigga. You're gay. Like, don't even try to argue some shit like that. And don't be feeding that into these ignorant people's brain thinking that this is okay. And I don't think it's cool for people to say, well, it's his opinion, it's his, view. All we can do is support it. We don't have to agree with it. Fuck out of here. I'm tired of that shit. Like, you have to let somebody know when what you're doing is harmful to others and it impacts other people in the community based off of what you're saying. People with these, it's my opinion, y'all need to realize how powerful words are. And when you go around saying shit like this, people get influenced, people get motivated, and people get their minds crafted into thinking this way. And their subconscious, it sits back there and their mind manipulates them in a way to believe that this is real based off of the information that they got. Like, I mean, look at the shit that goes on the internet, like all the time, and Instagram and Facebook and everything. Like, people will believe a lot of things that's going on in the world without facts. And for someone to get on this mic and say some shit like that, like, it really, like, I'm passionately angry about that, because I just don't think that's the message. We've come like such a long way, and we still have a long way to go with trying to get rights and just being accepted, just not like being okay with showing affection in public and walking down the street holding hands and being openly gay. In some areas it's still not looked that good. So I just don't think that's the right message, and I'm not with the shits when it comes to that. So I want to get how you guys feel. Another opinion base. Send me your feedback. Send me your comments on this. I could not wait to talk about this topic. And it's been on my notepad in my mind for at least a good month now. And I was like, damn, I can't believe that shit like this is happening in the world. So I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. But like I said, I mean, no, I'm not with it. I think we keep going back and forth where God don't like this, but then people, God made you the way you are. Just show love. Damn, just wake up and be happy you're alive and love every individual you come across, be it them or not. Show more love. We got so much hate going on in the world and people trying to find where they belong and stuff. We're all human. We all bleed the same. So why can't we just look at each other without judgment, without envy, without like hate and everything? When are we going to get to that? And I mean, it probably starts with our fucking president, but I'm not going to even get into some shit like that. So that's going to wrap up my keeping it real. But damn, I felt like I just poured out a lot and I still have so much to say. I can't even get my fucking words out now. And I could ramble. I noticed that I could ramble over the same thing over and over. So I'll try to be conscious of that going forward. We'll see. What I want to jump into now is one of the new segments that I gave some thought to and I thought about bringing to the show. segment called Me versus the Media. So, a lot of my content, a lot of my opinions, um, is influenced and kind of gathered based off of how other people view it and what other people are thinking, aside from my own opinion at the core. But me versus the media is pretty much going to be my segment where I pull some crazy shit off of the internet that we've all kind of like shook our head at or had to put someone in their place based off of their comment. Anything that we've seen on social media that is just like the dumb shit that people do. Some of y'all gonna hate me because I'm sure like some listeners are gonna be like, wait, I do that. And so please don't send me any hateful messages or anything. Just know it's all fun and games. But this is my moment to kind of talk about the shit that I'm like, why would you do that? That everybody else feels. And I'll keep it light this first segment. It's going to be one segment. It's going to be one topic every week. And I kind of just briefly go over why you shouldn't be doing shit like that. Pretty much. So we're going to jump into it. Me versus the media. The topic that I want to kind of briefly go over today is people on social media who spoil TV shows and movies. I cannot stand that. Like, I get so annoyed. And I know I kind of just spoiled us, so I'm kind of like contradicting myself. But like, I remember I want to say it was probably RuPaul's Drag Race, honestly, because I fucking love that show. And somebody said some shit. I don't think it was the finale, but somebody posted their comment on someone who went home before I saw the episode. And I watch episodes, usually I watch episodes like a day after or something. This person posted it like that same night or the next morning. Like, come on nigga, like give someone at least 48 hours to catch up. People still got work, people sleeping, everybody's not on your schedule. So I was just so upset. I just had to delete the person. That's how pissed off I was. Yeah, I was petty in that moment. I really was. But why, like, please don't spoil movies and TV shows for people that really like the show but haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. At least give it some kind of time frame. Like, people that get on and they be spoiling movies and shit. I know like some of y'all like Game of Thrones. Sorry, I have not had a chance to catch up, so I'm just gonna sit this one out and I'll just catch up on HBO later on. This is the last season, I guess. I don't know. So count me out of Game of Thrones indefinitely for right now, because I don't see myself ever catching up. I know I had a bet that I was going to catch up and discuss it and be ready for this last season, but nah, nigga, I had like priorities and shit, and I had naps to take, so I just wasn't about that life. And I just don't really get into hour-long episodes anymore. Like, give me a good 30-minute episode, except Insecure. You need to make that shit like 2 hours because I need more. And I wanted more last season. So Issa, I hope you're doing your thing. But yeah, like it's sort of a kind of what grinds my gears, I guess, moment when people spoil it for others, when they start like just making specific detailed comments on it. And at least by me saying us in the beginning, I kind of gave a sort of heads up, like I'm about to spoil it. Fast forward through that shit. But when you just scrolling, trying to get your life and your inspiration or whatever shit you're trying to get off of social media, and you just happen to come by that post of someone saying, oh shit, I can't believe so-and-so went home, or I can't believe so-and-so won, or I can't believe, Wes died and How to Get Away with Murder. Someone ruined that shit for me. Someone posted, I can't believe Wes died. And I remember my heart dropped in my pinky toe because I was so into the show and I couldn't wait. And I was like, wait, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I tried to convince myself I didn't see it, and I tried to act like it wasn't real. Maybe they were just playing around. Maybe they were joking. Shit. I don't know. But lo and behold, Wes died in that season. So it kind of just ruined the moment. Don't ruin the moment for us. Don't be that person in the fucking in the movie theater talking and shit. Don't spoil it. Like, be quiet. get a fucking diary. Like, if you gotta write, put that shit in your notes or talk to your friend about it. Talk to your friend. But when you got followers and you got people on social media, like, especially if you're in the double digits, if you're in the hundreds of thousands of people, whatever, be considerate, shit, because some of us haven't seen it yet. Some of us still doing an overnight or working or traveling the country. I don't know, but we plan on seeing it. And yeah, I mean, in my part, what I tried to do now is just stay off of social media until I see the episode, if I'm really into the episode, because after that moment, I'm like, no, I don't want people fucking it up for me. But no, I'm pointing the finger at y'all. Y'all stop fucking shit up and ruining it for us. So yeah, I mean, that's my moment for me versus the media. Say what you want. That's how I feel. So what up? But that wraps up the show. I want to close it with the shout out. I do want to give my younger brother Nick a shout out. He's been a big inspiration, like, you know, just the man that he's become and how he's doing shit for himself and how he's making sure mom is good and everything, because our mom is our pride and joy. Her birthday is the day of this premiere episode, so happy birthday, Mom. You know, she's a whopping, I don't think she wanted me to say her age, so I won't say it, but she looked damn good for her age. And my mom is my brother and I's rock, so happy birthday to her and to many milestones and to many blessings. But my shout out is to my brother for constantly inspiring me. You know, the kid is now a photographer and he is making waves in New Orleans and he's doing his thing. So he's got his business going, he's got his website up, and the most important thing that I get out of this is that he didn't wait for someone to tell him, and he didn't go through the general course of taking classes. He taught himself all this. So based off of like the shit that I'm doing behind the scenes with graphic design and everything, he's inspired me to definitely take the leap and teach myself and not wait till I have to go and pay for school just to pay loans and shit. Teach myself. Like, we got this shit at the tip of our fingers. We have YouTube, we got the internet. Like, I mean, shit, like there's so much information on there, and books. Pick up a fucking book, read it. So you can learn so much. So shout out to him. You guys should definitely check out his photography page. You know, he's killing shit. Let me pull it up real quick, because you know I'm gonna have to spell this because he got a unique name. So definitely follow my brother. Check him out at Nomads. We spell it sort of a New Orleans way, so it's NEAUXMADS. My brother's popping. If he's in your area, he definitely travels. He'll be coming up here soon. If you guys need a photo shoot or some edits done, check out his page. Hit him up. Like I said, like I'm in all support, and I'm so proud of him. So keep doing big things, Nick. And you know, we on our way up. So yeah, that closes out the show. Oh shit. And I'm hitting like an hour mark too. Look at that. Man, I had some good content. So overall, I'm so glad to be back. Like, I feel like I just went through a therapy session with you guys. So I'm just so very grateful to be back and to have you guys as listeners and the followers, and like I said, the continued support. Just so humble, and I'm just so blessed. Like, I'm making the praying hands right now. Just so blessed. So yeah, it's gonna be a great season 2. And we're going to have a lot of things to talk about. We're going to have a lot of fun moments. And yeah, just keep doing my thing. And it's going to be a good year. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this first episode. I'm going to be back, like I said, back on Friday. So the next episode will be next Friday. But have a good week, a good weekend. I think the weather will be popping. I don't know, because it's fucking cold today. So Mother Nature just be up in arms sometime. But yeah, either way, have a good week. Have a good weekend. Spring is here. Summer's right around the corner. So we're about to turn up. But show some love on the Instagram, on the Twitter. Once again, check streaming services on Podbean, on Spotify, Android apps. Figure it out. And YouTube, where you can catch the audio as well. So thank you guys. I'm going to see you all next week.